Good evening, bonsoir, namaste, buenas tardes. My name is Naveen Manchanda, and I'm back to the show Travel Talk and live with Naveen Manchanda today with a guest from Spain. So today we are going to have a guest from Spain, Mr. Alberto, and the show of today is going to talk about a very unique concept, which is the famous Museum of Tourism. So we are going to welcome Mr. Alberto soon to our show. Hello, buenas tardes, namaste, Mr. Alberto. Welcome to the show live with Naveen Manchanda.
Namaste, Naveen. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Hi, good evening there. And what a pleasure being with you, Naveen, and with your friends, with your followers, with the members of IAT. And it's a pleasure. It's amazing seeing that I'm right here in Spain, you are there in India, and we are able to communicate and talking about this thing. And thank you very much for the opportunity. And congratulations. What you are doing there with IAT is something that is worth to be on the Museum of Tourism because you are making history. Congratulations. You have reached a number of more than 1,000 members in a very short time. And this is something unique. You are saying that the museum is unique. That's true. But what you are doing, what you have managed to do is already and even perhaps even more unique than our museum. Congratulations, really.
Thank you so much, Alberto, because I was thinking I do other interviews and bring a lot of people to my live show. And now I have, helped. I'm a part of IAT also, and it's also a virtual forum. So I was just wondering, we are a virtual forum, and these days all the exhibitions are getting cancelled. Everything is becoming virtual. And then I met you, and then I was just thinking, you are also a virtual museum. So such a unique concept which nobody has ever done before. So why not talk to you one-to-one in this show? I love to have people who are unique, who have great ideas, and especially with the tourism. So today we are talking about your Museum of Tourism, which is something very unique. I think when we talk just like this about museum, people won't realize. So maybe we can see a small video so that people realize what we are talking about, right? Okay. To start with. So we'll start with a video, and then I will be asking you a few questions.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks to you. So that was our short video, and I think people will like it. It is a unique concept, but I have a question like, how did this idea come to your mind? Like, what is the origin of this unique idea, unique museum? How did it start?
Okay, it's funny. I'm a collector myself, and I collect some. I work on the tourism sector, and I
Mhm.
collect all postcards, photos, souvenirs, books, travel guides from so long ago. And there was one time when some friend from Belgium gave me one book, a very very old book, and he said to me, "I'm giving to you this because you are the only Spaniard that appreciates this kind of things." And this was like something very nice for me, but very bad for my country, and I was a little bit upset. And afterwards, the same person from Belgium told me, because half of these kind of things are on the rubbish. So he told me that this kind of books, and perhaps someone that is hearing to us, listening to us right now, is thinking that perhaps he threw away or she threw away some old books, brochures, or whatever that he had on their office, and sometimes he said, "I don't need it because it's old," and they give it away, they
Ah,
threw away, and these kind of things are lost. So I said, I have to do something in order to put in some place these kind of things in order to be shown and in order to be appreciated by some
right.
people. And I
Mm,
said, okay, I'm going to do a museum. I'm going to prepare a museum. And I thought, how can I do? I can put a museum on a city hall, on a room in some place. I can talk to a city hall or an institution or a government of a region or whatever. And I'm going
right.
to organize a room, and everybody can go there in order they can pay $1 or whatever in order to see this museum. But I thought that
Right.
this was going to be something that is not going to be a success, because not so many people go right now to the museums, and you are going to lose money from the very first day. And
Right.
this was going to be an initiative from only from me. So it was
Mhm.
going to be a personal initiative. And I said,
Right.
I'm going to do something in order to invite people to participate on these kind of things. So I decided
Right.
to do an extended museum, what the Italians say museo diffuso. So it means that it's not like a hotel where you have all of the rooms.
Mhm.
No, you have
Right.
the rooms in one place, and in Italy is very typical, the albergo diffuso. So
Right.
in this way, I try to convince someone in order to organize one room at their travel agencies, at their hotels, at their tourism
Okay.
offices, and
Okay.
whatever. So in this way, we
Nice.
have managed to do 40 rooms in 8 countries till now.
Wow.
And you're more than invited to participate. You can organize
Yeah.
one space, one
Yeah.
like a little glass or a wall, because you can put the
Right.
posters or whatever. And in this way,
Right.
you are going to take these kind of things that you have in some places in your office, or you have
Right.
at home, or you're going to throw away, or some people that could give you these kind of things in order to organize a space for showing these kind of things. So this is
Right.
an extended museum where so many people are participating from so many countries. And we have
Right.
done at the very beginning, we have rescued something from the rubbish, because these kind of
Okay.
things were going to be on the rubbish at the very end.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. In fact, it's interesting. We have got few viewers who are sending hello messages. I'll just quickly go through. So we have Yogesh who is saying good evening, and then we have Gail from Paris, my friend, who is sending a message. Namaste, Naveen, and then we have Pradeep who says hello from Pradeep Malik. Then we have again Gail who says it would be easy to explain to our kids how it was before, because virtually now
That's it.
it's different. So it's a very practical approach actually. And then we have Gail again saying that I have Air France tickets from the past. So all these things coming to this thing. Then we have Ankita also who says that it's amazing. She's also watching the show. And then we have Ravinder, who has also joined, who is saying hello to us. And then we have Simran Kaur, and she's also saying hello to us. So we have all our friends. So we've got a good fan following, a lot of people watching us. And usually, with every event, when we finish in a month, we have anywhere between 15 to 20,000 viewers when we finish our shows. It has got a huge reach with all the channels combined together. So it works out very well. So hello everybody there. We are having a unique concept today with this unique museum of tourism. Everything is virtual, no? So I was talking to you the other day. I told you I'm going to start with something, virtual, and I few of my friends collaborated and we founded IATE again, which is a virtual forum for tourism, and you are a virtual museum, so it clicks very well. We started talking even long time ago. So you have told us about the origin of your museum. So we have seen like how it started, the idea came, and now talking about the costs. What is the cost of the museum? Like how much does it cost to you or to anybody else? Because you see all the museums that we see everywhere in the world, they are in huge buildings. So in London, if you go, Kohinoor Diamond, so all the royal palaces or everywhere, or for that matter, even in India, in New Delhi, so National Museum, it's in heart of the city. So huge buildings with a lot of value, a lot of, you could get millions of rentals from those buildings. Obviously, museum is also very important. But what is your cost for your museum?
Well, the budget of this museum is zero, because we don't have any money, we don't have any budget, we don't pay to anyone, we don't get paid for doing the things that we are doing. We are more than 100 persons, 100 people that are cooperating in some way, more than 40 institutions or companies or whatever, and each one is doing something, but we don't have any money. And when someone says to us, okay, I want to give some money to you, we say, no, we don't need any money. We don't want any money. We want you to participate in some way. You can organize a room at your office. You can buy some books in order to show at your office. You can do whatever you want, but we don't need money. So this is the magical thing, the best thing of our museum, because each one are working. For instance, me, I'm working on a tourism board in Spain, and there are some people working at hotels, at the media, at travel agencies, at hotels, or some students or some teachers or whatever. But we don't have any budget.
That sounds so interesting, because we see museums spending so much money, and then we are talking about a museum which is spending zero money. So nada, zero is nada in Spanish.
Zero,
No,
nada.
nada. So there is no cost involved. That's something very unique. And the functioning is obviously, as we have been discussing, so how it is working. Can you just explain a little bit more in detail, like how is it working?
Okay, my function here on the museum, I'm a founder and coordinator. So I'm not the boss, I'm not the director, I'm the coordinator. So when someone wants to do something related to the museum, for instance, Gael was talking about these tickets of Air France, and perhaps he says, okay, I have these tickets and I have them on a drawer, and I am not using these tickets. So I'm going to put them on display. I want them to be seen, to be admired, because it's something to be admired. We remember, Naveen, the tickets from some years ago from Air France and so on, or India or whatever. But nowadays they don't exist. So this is something historical, even if it's like 10 years old. So for the students and for young people now, it's something amazing knowing how we did the tickets like this with a machine and so on. So you can show these kind of things. So we are we are encouraging, for instance, Gael or somebody to show these kind of things, or to show them on a display in a wall or on their office, or having the photos or whatever in order to put them on our social media. Because we were talking about the physical museum, and we are having these 40 rooms, but we have another way of talking about the history of the tourism sector. That is the virtual way. We have our webpage. Nowadays it's in Spanish, and in 2 weeks it will be in English too. And we have our social media. We have our Facebook pages, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and so on. For instance, our Facebook pages, we have in Russian, Japanese, Chinese, Spanish, English, Italian, Portuguese, Hindi. We have
Hindi. That's
yeah. So
you
put in Hindi, the Museum of Tourism, in Hindi. I don't know how you say that, but there is the Hindi Facebook page. And we have a room in India too. We have the room 27 in the Bharatpur in Rajasthan.
Yeah,
Sorry
Bharatpur in
if I
Rajasthan.
pronounce it
No
wrong.
worries.
and it's
No
dedicated to
worries.
the history of tourism in nature in India. So they are talking is a hotel on a natural area. You are very rich in natural resources, and is
Right.
dedicated to this history and the history
Mhm.
of tourism in India.
Right.
And yeah, this is the other way. We have the physical way, the rooms, and the virtual way on Facebook and so on. And the way of
Right.
cooperating is as we were saying. There are so many ways. There are more than
Right.
100 people, and you are cooperating right now. And in fact, I'm glad to tell you that we are going to put the name of yourself and the name of IAT in our
Oh,
webpage because you
that
are
would be great.
cooperating. We appreciate that. I say that again and again and again. Being there in India through you is a privilege for the museum. And I'm the coordinator, and it's me who thanks. But it's more than 100 people who thank you and the association because it's a great opportunity.
Thank you so much. So I'll just have two things to say. First of all, I mean, though I do this show on a personal level, still, because we are talking about IATE, I would especially like to thank Team IATE. So,
Mm-hmm.
we are 7 members. We started in the beginning, and Team IATE is going so strong that today we have more than 1,100 members who are a part of IATE. So, because we spoke about IATE, so first of all, Team IATE is rocking. Thank you, everybody from Team IATE. You guys rock. And then we have a lot of members of IATE also watching the show as of now, I can see. And then for some comments from Kamardeep Singh, he says, think positive and travel, it's important. Then I have my friend Karine Coulange from Paris. She says, hello, I'm with you. Greetings from sunny Paris. So bonjour, Karine, and glad to have you here. And same thing with Gael. So Gael, he wants to have his Air France tickets from the past. So Gael, you are more than welcome to have your Air France tickets displayed, with us on the museum. And so Karine, Gael, so I'm glad to have people. It's very international from Paris as well. And then we have Simran again, who is part of us, and Kumar Pramod is from Bali. He's also saying hello. And so we spoke about the location. So we cannot assign just one location to your museum. It's everywhere because it's virtual. So it's virtual but real. It's virtual means it's not occupying one physical space, but it is occupying physical space everywhere. So it's virtual
Yeah.
but very real, right? And so if somebody asks you what is the location of the museum, what is your answer?
In 40 places, in 8 countries. It's unique. In fact, if you say, for instance, I don't know, I'm going to make a question to you.
Yeah.
Is there a museum in the world that is in 8 countries?
I
I
don't
don't
think
really
so. It's
know.
only you. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I think it's you only. So it's very unique concept. Yeah,
Is there
that's
perhaps
amazing.
you can think about an institution like Smithsonian, for instance, is in
Yeah,
Washington, and they have 14 museums. That's true.
yeah,
But
that's different. Yeah,
being in 8 countries, even if it's something very small and very modest, but zero budget, by the way.
yeah,
But we're in
yeah. Zero
Russia, in
cost.
Japan, in Germany, in
Wow,
Argentina, in Italy, in Portugal, 8 countries. So,
wow.
in fact, for instance, we are not in France still. So your friend from France, she can
Yeah,
organize
yeah,
a room at their office, and there will be 9 countries.
yeah, yeah. We
So
can
we
work.
are growing and growing. Why are we growing? Because it's a zero budget, and we are working because of the enthusiasm of some people, so many people, and many people, and much more people every time. So that's a unique concept. That's Ankita, you are very right. Really, very unique concept.
Really, very.
I think that the best thing of the museum is the idea. So everyone can participate in this idea with zero budget, only the enthusiasm. And I'm sure, Ankita, thinking about you, I'm sure I can see that you are very young, but I'm sure that you have something on your office that you have that is historical, perhaps a souvenir or whatever. Even more, we are not talking about something that is 3 centuries old, because
Right,
these air tickets from Air France perhaps are
right,
10 years old. So when we
right,
talk about history, it doesn't mean that you have to have something. I'm going to show you something, for instance. This is a book of 1929. Okay, this is
right,
something very curious. It's a Michelin guide, and this is something very old. But in some of the rooms, we don't have some very old things. It's something
right,
interesting because it's something old and it doesn't exist anymore, like these airline tickets. Or this one, this
right.
is from Argentina, from the 1947. So it's not very, very, very old, and it's something that we have, or the Baedeker guides. I'm talking about something very important in Europe, the Baedeker guides. But there are so many things that perhaps are not very old, but are very interesting. So you don't need to have something very, very, very old or very.
Right.
No, you have your history, and perhaps your company is 10 years old, and you
Right.
can show your history to on your office.
Right, right. That's great. And even the more and more comments, Ankita says it's a very unique concept, and then Karine says it's all about passion and enthusiasm. And
That's
she
it.
says, I have somewhere my ticket also. So, I mean, people are thinking already on these terms. In any case, I'm very glad to have my international friends here as well. Merci, Karine. Merci, Gail. So I'm just thanking them. So how can one help in this museum, the concept that you have got, like if somebody wants to contribute?
Okay, we have our Facebook page, our webpage, the museumofTourism.org. But I'm going to ask you, Naveen, if you want to be our one of our contacts there in India. So if someone from IIT wants to participate, if you can, we can use you as a collaborator for centralize all of the people that could be interested in participating from the
Right.
association, because it's something to be in touch with all of India. In this way, we are going
Yeah.
to reach more and more people.
Right, right. So we would be glad. I would be more than glad.
Thank
I
you.
would feel honored to be a part of it. And then, maybe we can have some connection with IATE as well. We can link to IATE, as you said, and then I will be talking about this very soon. We will discuss on this. So anybody from India who is keen on collaborating with your museum can definitely get in touch with us.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. So, thank you so much, Alberto, for giving your precious time. And it was nice to have you this evening with us. And the best thing that I liked about our discussion is when you said namaste, it was so perfectly pronounced. Though I need to correct you for Bharatpur, it's very complicated word, and but our greeting is namaste. So you pronounced it so well. So I'm very happy, that you could pronounce that word very well. So namaste is our greeting. So to end the show, the last word that I would have, I'll just have to take few more names. My friend Raminder Baba says good going, and he's from India only, Himachal, and then Karine says, I'm wondering when you will be able to sleep. So, Karine, I have to work a lot. Before I sleep, I have to attain a lot of things in life. And then my friend Gaurav Khandelwal says, great going. He's also on board of Team Ayate. So, Gaurav, glad to have you on the show. Gael, my friend from Paris, says, Namaste a todos. So, thank you so much. Merci, Gael. And your ticket is going to be soon a part of museum. Hein? Ton billet de Air France va faire partie. Gaurav also says namaste. Ankita says you're a great host. Thank you so much. So thank you so much, Alberto, for giving your valuable time. And we just end this show with the most important word that we have in India, which is namaste.
Just one thing I wanted to tell you,
Yeah,
a
please.
couple of 1 minute, for
Yeah,
saying
please.
you sleep or not. When we were organizing this, I'm going to say
Yeah.
your followers something. It's 5 o'clock in Spain, so it's a good time for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when we were organizing that, I sent you some message and you answered me like 9 o'clock in Spain. So it means that it's very late in India and you were still working. So in IATE, I can say that they are very well represented by a very hard worker. Congratulations, it's amazing. I was amazed. Afterwards, you were saying a word, is enthusiasm. This is the word of the museum. We work and we are like this because of the enthusiasm of some people. And you are an enthusiastic, congratulations also for that. And that's it. I love India. My city is sister city with Ahmedabad, and I'm living at 100 meters from the House of India in my city. We are very related to your country, amazing country, very important for the history of tourism, by the way. There were so many things there for Indian travelers or people traveling to India. You are doing a lot of things, and it will be a pleasure being present. We are already present in India, but being even more thanks to you and thanks to Ayate. Congratulations for everything that we are doing. And we are finishing the show, and we didn't talk about something that is happening in the tourism sector, and the enthusiasm and the happiness and the keep working and the happiness and the importance of this sector is going to be even more important when everything is going to be finished and is going to be in a very short time. We are working on that. Thank you for your enthusiasm and your cooperation. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Alberto. Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.